Perfect. How are you guys? David, Eminem, Chris, all the rest. I can even see all the names. How are you doing, guys? How's trading? Good, thanks. Yeah, good to know. Good to hear that. So welcome to the trading room. My name is Saul. We're gonna have some trading session together. Just remember, we're gonna be working live market conditions. We're gonna be scanning the markets, analyzing the charts, the markets, and we might take some trades together. Just this is the way I trade and I read the market. It's not only way to do that. But you can apply what we see here in your specific situations or your specific strategies. And these trades, if we take any trade, it's not meant to be taken or copied on your platforms. Okay, remember there might be some delay or some latency between us, so just be responsible for your own trades, winnings and losses. One cannot hear. All the rest can hear me okay? Yes. So, okay, so let's get started. Let me move this here. Okay, since there was no trading room yesterday, let's just do a quick weekly view and long-term view of the markets, because we are on a changing period in the markets, which is very, very important. Let's start with the Euro USD. The last few weeks, our bias on the Euro USD has been bullish. Okay, this is the long-term bias, and the last since July. So for a few months already, we were trading in this range up here. And just a few days ago, we broke down from that ranging market, consolidation market. So all of you that were using a ranging strategy, you were doing very, very well back here. But just be aware, we're just transitioning from a consolidation market to what's probably going to be a trending market on the daily charts. So we had the break down here, and we're now retesting the bottom part of that consolidation. So the natural next movement from the market would be to the downside. Okay, the market should approach. Let me go closer. These two red lines are very important supply areas that were left. So as the market retests these areas right here, if we go to the 1 minute chart, you might be able to see it. Okay, you can see all this area right here, which should be some pressure to the downside. So the next movement should be, I'm not saying it will be, should be to the downside. Okay, that should be the next movement. On the daily chart, I don't see any important levels till back here. So we have a lot of space to run. You can see this movement right here, this run. There was almost no pullbacks, all this run here. So we might have a similar run to the downside. So my bias, my mid bias for the Euro USD or the short term has switched from long or neutral to the short side. So even if we're trading today a bullish day, I think we will face some down pressure, some bearish pressure. Of course, this is just my analysis of the market. The market tends to not listen to me, and it might just be a pullback, and there might just be a continuation to the upside. Of course, it's a possible scenario, but I think there will be a lot of selling pressure as we get to this area right here. So that's for the Euro USD, and we'll come back and see if we have some intraday setup lining up. Let's move on to the pound dollar. If we go to the daily time frame, we have something similar. We got these highs right here, and we have pullback, and we broke again. We broke these important levels. So we had the first test to this supply area and then a retracement. This is what the first continuation after the retracement. And you know, who knows? This is I don't like this pattern as much as on the euro, because this would be the second test of the supply. So on the second test of the supply area, these two lines, we could see a continuation up to these levels right here. But again, all the selling pressure is there, and market might just form here a new pivot and then a continuation to the downside. This is I don't like this pattern that much. It's not that clear than as the Euro USD. For the USD franc, this is much cleaner pattern. We had a huge sell-off. We have consolidation down here. We have a little. We have the lowest point, a little higher low, and then the break. And this break took off all these supply and resistance levels right here. So we had a break, and now, similar as the euro, we're lining up for the first retracement. So as the price approaches these levels right here, we should see some rejection to the upside. That would be my reading. I have these lines right here. I could even go to the 1 hour chart and see what's happening. So in the 1 hour chart, we see these levels right here. So we're right there. Market might just stay there and move up from here. But my more secure, or I would feel more comfortable going long on a buy limit order right here or right here, or both. That's the demand area from the daily chart, and I will definitely would like to join the next movement to the upside on the euro franc. And I think we have similar patterns in all charts. Aussie dollar, same. We had the breakout. Now we're testing these levels, and there's another important level right here. So my bet would be a continuation to the downside. Of course, we need to wait and see how price forms and reacts, and then react as the market forms. So let's see. So if no one else has any market that wants to review, just let me know. There's someone raised their hand. If you have any market that you follow and you want us to look at it, just let's do it now. And if not, we'll go to lower time frames, and we'll have a look together. Aussie USD, yeah, Tim, it's the one we just saw. Again, we were moving up. We had this sell-off, and we are now on the first retracement to this demand area. So I expect next movement on the long term, of course, Aussie dollar to be to the downside. Wait, this is not what I wanted. To be to the downside. But again, we're just testing it right now. So we need to wait how price forms once it gets there, to try to feel and understand if price will continue to the upside or will retrace to the downside. But this feels like an exhaustion on the daily chart. There should be kind of a deeper pullback or a retracement on the daily. So my reading is a long-term down movement on the Aussie USD. Now let's zoom in a little bit. Well, thank you, Tim. But of course, if you have a different reading, trust yourself. Okay, this is just the way I read the market and I see it. But you know, the fact that we all see the market differently That's the way. That's what creates a market. So trust your system before mine. Okay. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Let's see if we find something. Okay, let me scan the markets a little bit. 5-minute chart. Okay, the pound dollar on the 5-minute chart. We're moving sideways. We're stuck in this consolidation, so we could try to, our long-term bias is still to the upside, correct? We have a bias to the upside, so we could try to take a buy order in this area. So as the market approaches this area right here, so let's see how it forms right there. And we would have to go out of that trade down here, because if price breaks this line, these levels right here, look at all the space it has to run to the downside. So I don't want to hold a long position to the if we have a break to the downside. So let's see how it forms when it gets there, and we might take a long right here. Let's see what else we have. Okay, franc. Okay, I also like the franc on the 5-minute chart. We have very nice patterns. Look at this. We had this break right here. We had the break, first retracement to the exact same point, continuation. Then we had this break right here, first retracement to this area right here, and then a continuation. But now we didn't have a continuation, another break to the downside. So I want to wait and see how prices form, because if we go all the way here, I might take a short position that up here. Or if I feel like I want to do some scalping, or if I believe price will stay in this range right here, I might take some shorts even sooner. Maybe here I will take some shorts. Let me see if there's something else aligning. Dollar yen. What's on the daily? Dollar yen. There's mixed bias on the dollar yen, because we had this demand area right here. We had this breakout last week, and it feels like it's slowing down, and it's getting ready for a pullback right here on the daily. But we are seeing all these tails on the bottom part of the tails, on the daily tails, on the daily charts. So that shows some rejection to the downside. So there's a lot of buying pressure in this market. So we could also try to join that market. And again, we're talking this consolidation, or maybe this one. So if price comes down to this area or to this area, we might consider also taking some longs. Let me see. Yeah, this is only a 5 pip range, so there's not a lot of money to be made right there, but we could make it. I think I will take some buys here, and some more buys down here. And if this fails, I will get out of everything down here. That would be another setup. But I always need to keep in mind that consolidations evolve and they move from consolidations to expansions. So hoping the next expansion is going to the upside, I will try to join that next movement to the upside. So we'll take a long here and another long right here. And if those both fails, I will get out right here. So our pound, we just missed it. Let's see how is it? We didn't get triggered in this one. That's a shame. I mean, I could enter now. We have 3 more minutes on this candle, but now, yeah, I'm a bit late now for this trade. I missed it, maybe because of spread or something. I don't know. Yeah, now I'm late for this trade. It's too late. Because if it comes back again, it might break it. Next time it visits this area, it might break. So that was the trade right there. Let me take it out. Too bad. But I mean, there's always another trade. Tap to take a short here, but I feel there's a lot of, from the hourly chart, there's a lot of buying pressure right here. I don't think we will have a break now to the downside. I think we'll see a lot of buying pressure here. So let me see how this forms, and we might take another trade here. See what's going on with the Aussie dollar. The pound dollar. That's a shame. I missed that. I missed it. Okay, let's stick to our. Okay, so this first trade, the upper trade is just a quick scalp. I don't think I'm not intended to hold this for the long run. If I get triggered here, I will look for some pips here, maybe 4 or so. And if this one, the bottom one, triggers, I might consider holding that for longer. But everything depends on how prices form once it gets to that area. If you have something lining up, you're more than welcome to type it in, and we can, while we wait, we can have a look. Now, if this does break, the dollar yen does break, I will look for a breakout, a first retracement to this area, and then a continuation. So I have an eye open here because the market has been followed that pattern, correct? Breakout, first retracement, continuation. Breakout, first retracement, continuation. So if we have a breakout here, I will wait for, let's see, the breakout, first retracement, and then I will set some sell orders here for the continuation. So let's see how the breakouts, if it happens and how it happens. Let me check the chat. Danny, CAD franc at a previous supply level. Let's find out. CAD franc. CAD franc, I can't find it. Ah, there you go. What time frame are you looking at? 1 hour chart? So you mean demand level, demand area right here? Yeah, yeah, right. But let me see. Yeah, of course, if your system tells you to trade it, go for it and trade it. If I look myself, I mean, yeah, it's pretty neutral. But I see a slightly bearish bias. So I'm not sure I will take this a blind buy order. I see increasing momentum here in these candles. So yeah, I would feel more comfortable down here, taking some longs down here. But you know, let's give it a try. Let's see if we have something. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't take it. But if your system tells you to trade it, take it and let us know how it goes. And then share with us what was the outcome. Yeah, it's a pretty small stop loss, so I did take it. Yeah, so yeah, go. Yeah, that's true. You have a tight stop. It's only a few pips, and you can have a big reward. That would be wise. What's my opinion on Cat Frank? So we're on Cat Frank. Yeah, I mean we're what I see, we're moving sideways. I don't see any clear bias, but I do see this pivot high and then this lower pivot high on the daily chart. So I would expect a little bit of continuation of this movement on the daily. So I would be more tempted to trade the short side of this market, but you know, with right money management and risk management, you can trade both sides because we're really moving sideways. The big bias is neutral. So what do you see, Maria? What's your opinion on Cat Frank? What's our trade doing? Nothing. Okay, no break here yet. Our missed trade, that's a shame. And our next setup. You see QM level at demand, right? Where is it right now, or at what price level? Yeah, right now. Yeah. Yeah, similar to Danny. You are both looking at the same charts. So if you will take the trade, shoot me an email. Let me know how you did. I'm tempted to do some scalp with you guys. What do you think? We'll do some scalp because I don't see anything moving. So let's leave these ones on. Okay, maybe we might get triggered right now. Okay, I took a little trade right here, right there. And we'll see how this forms. I saw the rejection on the 1 minute chart. We'll see if there's some follow through. And then what I'll do, I will leave these ones on. I'll leave this one. And if this starts moving, if this one holds and start moving up, I will cancel this one right here and I will leave this one on. And if this one fails, then I might take the loss for this one. Okay, let's analyze it together. You're right. You're very right. Thanks for the reminder. I almost forgot that. Okay, so if I yeah, so my setup for this breakout. So I'm keying on this level right here, where my pointer is, and then the lower part of the consolidation. But if that breaks, also the lower lower part matches this area right there. You can see this old resistance that has become support and has been rejected every time. But if that fails, I want to get out of the trade. Okay, so for this first trade, all my stop loss will be here, basically, down here. Let me get rid of this. Okay, let's see if we get triggered right now. Okay, there you go. Now look, if price moves up, I will cancel the first trade. This one, the upper one, I will cancel it. So let's see how price forms here. That's the last trade I will take. There we go. And hopefully we don't get, we're not taken out. There should be some prime buying pressure. And if not, it's okay because I don't want to be in this trade anymore, correct? If this level doesn't hold right there, I want to get out. All my analysis has broken down and we will start a new expansionary phase to the downside, which I don't want to carry. Okay, so that's my analysis. That's all my trades, and this looks like a pretty heavy down break. So this looks like it will break. So if this breaks, I will switch teams. Okay, if I see a strong breakout to the downside, then I will wait for the first retracement and then a continuation of the first retracement. So if we do have a big breakout, I will wait for the first retracement and then a continuation to the downside. That would be my next move. So we have 2 more minutes on this candle. Hopefully, this will form a tail on the down on the bottom part of the candle, similar to this one, correct? So new information will give me will tell me what to do and will tell me how to react. Now the challenge, if this keeps retracing, the challenge will be breaking this level right here, because that was the breakout level. So that will now be a new resistance. So price will on the 1 minute chart, this is the first retracement of this consolidation right here, and it tends to be a continuation to the downside. So but we did all our analysis on the 5 minute chart. So let's see how it goes on the 5 minute chart. So that's decision point right there. We need some follow through. If this goes down, I might just take the loss. I will not hold all the trades to the downside. Okay, I like the tail on the 5 minute chart. Okay, a few more seconds on the 5 minute chart. I like the tail, but again, I want a bullish candle right now. I don't want a continuation of that bearish candle. And if I wouldn't feel secure about my trade, I could just close everything right now and take the loss, move on. There's always another trade, correct? Okay, in the 1 minute chart, that's what I told you would be the challenge. So we had the pullback to the resistance area, and now the first retracement. So we need now on the 5 minute chart, on the 1 minute chart, to form a new pivot right here and a continuation to the upside. So let's see how that keeps forming. there's a break on the franc that we were talking about. So on the franc, we had this breakout. So we could now, I would wait for a retracement on the 5-minute chart, and then a continuation to the downside. That would be my trade on the franc. What's going on with our trade? Okay, I like the fact there hasn't been a continuation, but still very early to tell if this is going to work out. And once we're in a trade, we have a lot of ways to manage an open position, correct? We could, this trade, we could just take it out for break even. We could close right now everything. We're pretty much break even right now. Okay, we're just pretty much break even. So we could close everything. So every new candle gives us new information. So again, on the 1-minute chart, I need price to break this level right here. And ideally to get to this point. You see this on the 1-minute chart, this is a supply point, correct? So we need to break this resistance level, and I wouldn't ask the price to break this supply level. So for this trade, I will just I'll get out break even, and this one I would have to wait how it reacts and how it behaves right now. We could just take it out right now, or we'll see how price forms, and if it does, and if it breaks this level right here, so maybe we can average these two. We could take this one for a little profit, and the upper one for a little loss, and then just hold the bottom one, correct? So those are different techniques for managing an open position. And all my setup, all my analysis was made on the 5-minute chart, correct? So I stick to my analysis on my 5-minute chart. Now look at this. So one more pip up, and we could close this upper two for a break-even trade, and we could just hold the bottom one. Okay. Let's see. I like this 5-minute candle. We just need to now a little bit of continuation, and we'll be in good shape. Another technique of risk management and trade management is scaling out on a losing trade, correct? So I could take the loss on this one. For me, all these three positions there are only one trade with different entry points, correct? So I could take this one off with a loss, with a 2-pip loss or 3-pip loss, and save that money instead of holding all the trade to the bottom part. You can close it now and reallocate the money afterwards later if you need it. Okay, I like the tail on the 1 minute, on the 5-minute chart. I like this tail. Let's see if we have some follow through now. This is the moment. We need the close. Okay, no close. I don't want a tail. I want a breakout of the resistance. If not, I might take one of these out. If we see a break of this level right here, I might take one of these one for a little loss. Or I might just take the whole trade, for a break-even position. If we break this level here, I will have some profits here and some losses here. And then if I find a better setup, then I will reallocate my capital on that one, correct? So this is it. We need a breakout here. You can see the pressure and the hard time. There's a breakout, has to be now. No breakout. Guys, we have a few more minutes. Gil is hosting a webinar on supply and demand that you don't want to miss. Make sure you go there. Trending supply and demand areas and order flow. So I'll need to free the Zoom platform for him. So we have a few more minutes. There's just no movement, no volatility at all. Very quiet day, very quiet market. Out of cat franc. Yeah, don't worry. If your system told you to take this trade, you did the right thing. You took like a 4 or 5 loss, which is fine. And you have there's always another trade, correct? If you did your job and your analysis and everything, so you're not responsible and you have nothing to do with the outcome of the market, of the trade, as long as you follow your rules. It's having a hard time breaking this level right here. This consolidation on a 1-minute chart will break either to the upside or to the downside. If there was a break to the upside, should have been already. So the longer it takes to break the upper side, I lose confidence in this trade. So it has to happen soon. You see the bullish pressure, you see the tails on the downside, you see the tails on the 5-minute chart, but there's no break. There's a lot of selling pressure. So it should happen soon. Alan, I don't have it with me. Let me see if there's someone. Does anyone has the link for Gil's webinar? if you can post it here. I don't have it with me. Okay, no break. I might just take everything off, because after this movement and no break to the upside, I really don't feel comfortable with this. You know, with the if we had more time and I would be holding like a swing trade or something, I might hold it. But just looking for some scalping and there's no breakout. I don't want to hold this position if we break this consolidation, because there will be a breakout sooner or later. So if it breaks to the downside, I don't want to be there. If it breaks to the upside, of course, yes. So I could also bring all my stops to this point right here and just be out in case of the breakout to the downside. Okay, there's the break. That's the point I wanted to go out, because once it didn't break to the upside, so there's the opportunity for all the sellers to take the market down. Now it's if it breaks also this, the tail from the 5-minute chart, so there might be some continuation to the downside. So I don't know, little profit from this bottom position, maybe a break even trade. I'm fine with it. Guys, last questions, because we might have to wrap up now. Yeah, there's the link. Thank you, M&M. So, okay, maybe last minute. Maybe we might have a break now. Yeah, we have 1 more minute. Literally 1 more minute. We might. See the end of this story. Okay, now they're asking me to free it already. Okay, guys, thanks for coming. Make sure you come tomorrow. Gil will be holding the trading room tomorrow. Okay, I really want to I really want to stay with you for the breakout, but it's just not happening. It might not happen at all. Yeah, there you go. Break. Okay. Thanks, guy. See you next week. Bye, guys.